Yo, what's poppin'? It's your boy Coach Shawn here. I want to tell you little tips and tricks on how to build and sculpt that chest. Make it jump too. Woo! So, as I bet you could already guess, the question of the month, the question of the year, the question of the century is how, Coach Shawn, do I build and sculpt my chest? See, that question has an underlying direct answer, but I get the question in several different ways. From men to obese men with excess body fat, little jiggle, wiggle, to small frame men that are looking to build a lot of mass, that are fairly flat chested. There's one answer that I have for every particular body part that you're looking to build and sculpt, and that's to overtrain that area. There's no way around it. I don't care if I'm talking about biceps. I don't care if I'm talking about chest. I don't care if I'm talking about calves. I don't care if I'm talking about abs. You have to overtrain that area. So you traumatize it in order to reveal a muscle. In order to reveal the chest, we have to, first of all, look at what the culprit is of covering and overshadowing the muscle. Let's face it. Everybody has muscle, okay? Unless you were born with certain disabilities or whatnot, but you know, we have chest muscle, okay? Women have chest muscle. They just have breast tissue and fat that overshadows, that covers up that chest muscle. That's why you get obese men that you have where guys, you know, refer to it as tits. I won't use the other word that goes along with that, but tits, okay? So I hope I'm not offending anybody, but I just like to keep it 100 with y'all. Say we're all on the same page. We all speak the same language. But that's excess body fat, okay? I forgot to mention too, not just men, trans men, not just men are looking to build and sculpt their chest. You have women as well, right? And I just want to point out something. There's nothing more sexy to me than a woman with a nice cleavage cut right here to go along with those voluptuous set of twins sitting right here below her collarbone. That's just my personal opinion. So all you women out there that are trying, intentionally shying away from doing certain chest exercises like flies and whatever, just to kind of sculpt that area, it looks really, really good. There's a such thing as overdoing something if that's not what you're aiming for, if you're looking to stop at a certain point. But when you're talking about sculpting the body, it's not going to happen overnight anyway. You'll be able to spot it. You'll be able to look and say, hey, I like my body exactly where it is right now, and maintain. So there's no such thing as you moving along, exercising, and all of a sudden you go to sleep, you wake up the next day, and now all of a sudden you got this, your breasts are gone, you've got a humongous chest sitting there, you look like a man. There's no such a thing, okay? But moving forward, I have a video that I'm going to attach to this spill afterwards to show exactly what it was that I did when I first started working my chest. So that was like one of the major goals that I had in mind when I was venturing off into the world of bodybuilding, and that was a nice chest. And it's the simple things, the basics. Everything that's, you know, these extravagant exercises, the fancy stuff, it looks good and it's good for show, but bottom line, chest is nothing more than a push and a fly motion. That is all. Depending on the certain angles, as far as the elevation of your body, whether it's vertical, whether it's at a decline or an incline, as far as where your chest sits, that will determine what area you're actually targeting. So we could break this down like shotgun. But for basics, it's all a push motion, okay? So push-ups. I don't have a gym. Fine, do push-ups. I can't do one push-up. Okay, well, work on it until you can do one. Then work on it until you do two. Then work on it until you can do 3 and 4, so on and so forth. So this is all about practice makes perfection. So enough talking about what you can't do. I'm tired of that song. I don't allow my clients to sing to me. I'm not going to allow anybody sending me a message to sing that song either. So we're not focused on the things that we can't do. We're focused on the things that we're willed to do. So we're going to make it happen. We all start from somewhere. The number one thing I tell people when you get to rambling on about what it is you can't do, I say, oh, so I get it. You happen to be that individual that came out of your mom talking, came out of your mother walking. No. Everything was a process. Everything was a learning experience. So here's the thing. Enjoy the journey. Enjoy the ride. Take it all in. It's a learning experience. You're going to learn your body. There's certain things that will respond a lot quicker on you than it will on someone else. And vice versa, even just on you, period. Certain areas of your chest, you may see that they respond a lot quicker. So if I'm breaking down and I'm working out the upper portion of my chest, and I am working out the mid area, the lower pec, okay? Like I'm not neglecting any area of my chest, but I notice that the lower portion of my chest is lacking. So that tells you something. That's why you have to kind of keep a diary or a journal. Pay attention to your body and the way it's responding. If you don't have a personal trainer, if you do, that's what your personal trainer is supposed to be doing, or your coach, and pretty much communicating this information with you. Like, okay, this is what I see, and this is what we're going to work on because you're slow responsive and you're slow to response in this area, but we're going to put more effort, more emphasis on here, and kind of maintain this area. Whatever. I hope what I'm saying is making sense. If the chest is what you're looking for, you have to, number one, clean your diet so that way we can shred and burn away any excess body fat that may be there. Other than that, we're gonna have to really, really, really overtrain it to the point to where if someone was to come up and do this to your chest the next day, you ready to slap their mama. Them first. When you work out the muscle, you actually are tearing the muscle fibers. You're breaking it down. You're traumatizing. It's like an injury, a good injury, because you're gonna rebuild through nutrition. If you notice that you are doing such a thing and you're still slow to response as far as seeing any type of growth whatsoever, or it's extremely slow. And I hate saying that because people will go 2 weeks and look in the mirror and hit me up and say, hey, I've been working out for 2 weeks. My chest still looks the same. I'm not talking about that. I'm saying like you like going down the line, you 6 months, you look at your before and after picture, you look the same. I mean, within a month's time frame, within 30 days, you see a difference anyway. That means that more than likely you're not feeding your body enough protein. So the way muscle works and grows is it needs protein in order to do so. Okay? How much protein? It depends on your body. I can give you the standard for anybody that's really looking to carve and scoped out about 1 to 2 grams per your body weight. But that still depends because you have the basics and then you have to individually contour people's diet. And that's the way I work. There's not one of my clients that are on the same diet. I have a basis that I start you off on, and then I kind of, depending on the way you're responding and the way your digestive system is set up, what your body takes to, what it doesn't take to, then we start pulling out and putting things in until we find what works for you, and boom! So if you're looking for something like that, then you would definitely want to, if I'm not in your area, I'm in Atlanta, if I'm not in your area and you can't reach out and touch me, then I'd advise you to take advantage of my distant coaching program. You go on my website, coachshawnfitness.com, click on the coaching tab, and look for distant coaching, and voila, I can help you. I have several different plans. We have the 14-day plan, 21, and the 30-day plan. Okay. as far as the different exercises goes, and this is not a extremely detailed descriptive video, uh, because I just, for the most part, want to let everybody know what is required in order to build the chest, but not actually, going into too much detail. That would be a very, very long-winded video. I feel like I have to have segments on that. But when you look at the chest, so you've got the upper portion, you got mid, and you got your lower area, and you also have the outer areas, right? So all those require different type of exercises in order to build and sculpt. Depends on how you angle yourself. So if you're looking at yourself, and you're like, man, I'm really starting to develop in my chest, but the upper part of my chest is lagging. That means that you should probably start off by doing incline presses first before your body tires out. Okay. If you're looking to really carve out and get that extreme definition, instead of just being like just bulgy muscle, then it's high repetition. Some of my clients, I have them do anywhere from 20 to 100 reps, depending on. And then we'll hit some heavyweight, and that hits that type 1 muscle fiber. So high repetitions hit the type 2 muscle fiber. So all those different things, it can get really, really tedious when you're serious about it. And that's what I'm here for in terms of being a coach, whether it's personal or it's distant, to help you to learn your body, because what works for somebody else may not work for you. So we got, again, the basics, and then we got it where we actually break everything down specifically for you and your body type in the way you're developing, okay? But again, just over the surface, you're going to have to train. All that stopping when it burns is out the door when you're looking to build muscle. Forget about it. Keep one thing in mind. If you don't remember nothing else outside this entire video, it's not like you can't rewind it and watch it over again. I'm just saying. But if you don't remember nothing else, remember that every rep prior to the burn is a warm-up. So people that sit there and say, okay, I'm going to do 4 sets of 10. Just straight up, right? So I give myself a set of weights, whatever that may be. And let's say I'm just doing regular vertical dumbbell presses. That's the flat bench. Straight across. Vertical. La, 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 la. I'm pressing. I'm feeling it. By the time I get to 8, 9, 10, on the 10th one, let it down. Does that sound like a good workout? Does that sound like a good set? Absolutely not. So my suggestion to you is go ahead and take that baby to 15 to 20 reps, because by the time you got to 10, that's when you started to feel it. When it starts to be excruciating, where your muscles are screaming for mercy, every rep within that range is where you are building muscle. That's the heart of your goal, right there. No way around it. Everything else is bullshit. Your whole entire workout happened to be a freaking long warm-up. That's why your body's not responding. It doesn't have necessarily anything to do with gender, being male, being female. I see some women, man, listen. And I'm talking about natural, yo. I'm not talking about no, you know what I'm saying, Mrs. Olympia. I'm talking about, like, just regular everyday women with some nice shoulders, really nice cleavage, real clean, nothing over the top. But man, they train it. Especially when you see women that develop, their glutes the way they do. Man, they train it. They train it until failure. You understand what that means? That means that you, in your mind, your body, your muscles, you start shaking. Going for a rep and attempting a rep and it end up turning into a failure rep. A failure rep means where you actually attempt and you probably get like 3/4 of the way up or something like that, and you fail. Yes! Now we in the heat. Now we in the heat. We in the heat, baby. That's what you're looking for. Anything minus that is baloney, man. It's mediocre. There's no mediocre training, and that's why a lot of people, you know, once they kind of get involved and they see what all it takes, they change their mind. They have a quick change of heart. It's like you see this person's body, and once you find out what it takes, what that person actually takes themselves through to get to where they're going, that goal, it hurts. There's nothing pleasant about this except for actually falling in love. You be a little psychotic. You know, you fall in love with pain. I love pain. You have to tell yourself that. You got to program your mind. You got to go into it ready. You got to be ready. You rest, and then you get ready. It's like you get in this zone. You ever see somebody that's working out? You ever see, you guys watch these videos? Do you really watch the videos? Do you watch these cats' eyes? Do you see them? So, like, they're normally there. It's like you're in space. I don't know where you're at. I can't even tell you where I'm at when I'm training. But I don't hear nothing. And if I do hear something, it's like, kind of like, it's all blended. It kind of goes together. It's like cadence. That's exactly what it is. It's like cadence, like a heartbeat, you know? It's like an extra pump. But if verbatim exactly what it is I'm hearing, I couldn't tell you. That's the zone. And that's where you gotta tap into that zone in order to take your body beyond what it's actually capable of doing. It's no different than a woman that you know, ends up seeing like a child or something in danger. You know, a car flips or something, and she go and she freaking pick up the car, flip the car over, grab the baby. Baby's good. That's adrenaline. That's like that fight or flight syndrome. That's natural for us. That's automatic, right? So you gotta learn how to tap into that zone when you training. If you don't, expect a mediocre body. There is no way around it. You cannot, you know, kind of lollygag through this. You can't, man. You can't lie about hard work. That's one thing you could tell. It's crazy because I get it all the time. People always telling me what it is that they're doing. You shouldn't have to tell me nothing. I should be able to look at you and tell that. You don't have to put this to words. This is all like visual. I can see it. First thing you start to see it in somebody's face, man. I don't know if it got something to do with kind of like, because you working, your face has muscles, right? So like, you in this straining and doing all this craziness, so your face is getting a workout, your diet is on point, so your face starts to slim down. Man, look at this picture right here. Look at this. Chunk monk. That was when I had a nasty ass diet, and I call myself still training. And I call what I had going on the fluff. So I had some muscle built up under there working for me, but I was freaking like fluffy. I wasn't sculpted. Excess body fat was covering over the muscle. All right, yeah, in the wintertime, it looks pretty cool because you all swole up. But when it's beach time, baby, man, you can't hide that. You can see it. It's evident. Who's doing what they're supposed to be doing outside the gym? This is 80-20, baby. 80-20, Coach Shawn, 80-20 fit. 80% of this is fitness. 80% of this is how disciplined you are outside of the gym. Do you have a structure? Do you have a schedule on when to do things? If you get rocked off your schedule, do you have a plan? Do you freak out? Do you flip? Or do you make it work? Or do you use that as an excuse? Oh, well, you know what? I brought my lunch, but had to take a late lunch, and everybody's going out to eat because we had to take a late lunch and boss is paying, so I'm going to just go with them. You that type of dude? You that type of woman? I mean, and on a regular, too. I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with having a good time and having cheat meals and stuff like that, but that's now we playing like the 90-10 rule. You know, it's what I call the 90-10 rule. But you got it backwards. It's like 90% of the time that's you, and 10% of the time you doing what you're supposed to do. You gotta flip that number. You know, it's gotta be a lifestyle. You gotta be healthy. Health is wealth. You know, if you're healthy, everything falls in a place for you. Everything falls in a line for you. I don't care what it is. You're very successful. You have the brains to do it. You're sharp. You're quick. Can't nobody pull nothing over you. You know what I mean? You're strong too. You're not just strong physically, but you're strong mentally. And your organs and everything, your blood is flowing properly. Everything's functioning just fine. It's no different than taking extreme care of a classic vehicle. Finger licking good. You can eat you would eat off the tires. You know what I mean? That baby's so clean. I eat off the tires. Them showroom cars. You know what I mean? That was long-winded, but you know, it's just do it. Just train. Well, what exercises should I do? Start with the basics. You all know the basics. Come on. My thing is, you know, the bench, the bar. I'm not taking away from that because I do that as well. But I'm gonna tell you something. Like 80% of the time, I got dumbbells. I got dumbbells and cables. The bar, you know, I do that. You got to be careful with that. I injured my shoulder. Some guys, that's their thing. I mean, with some nice chest. So I'm not, you know, totally against barbell pressing, but dumbbell is where you get sculpted. To me, the barbell is more for strength. But you got dumbbells are for strength too. You're using your stabilizer muscles. You know, you got to control that baby. You can actually twist the wrist. You can go from vertical to neutral grip, squeezing at the top. The bar is just straight up and down. But you can, you know, stack a lot of freaking weight on there. You can do drop sets if you got two partners on the side. So you start off with a certain weight and they snatching plates off when you rack it. You go again. I mean, that's fun. There's so many different things that you could do. But my advice, my personal advice is to, for the most part, stick to dumbbells and cables. And then throw your machines in there too, because the machines, you're not using your stabilizer muscles whatsoever. And that's, you can just really focus more so on targeting that exact muscle, that whatever you're working on. Once you set the seat properly, sit down and press out, there is no sway. You know, as if anybody's ever used a machine, it's like, I don't care how much you wiggle and you know, that baby, the arms, they're only going to go straight up and down. There's no giving it. So that's why it's not ideal to just, I can tell people that all they do is use machines. You got a super mediocre body. And look, if you want a sharp finesse, then do a variety of all of them. You know, and there's so many different exercises. I'm talking about just the basics, nothing fancy. Not flipping up and down, you know, going into a burpee and doing a backflip and then landing on the bench and pressing. Nothing crazy, nothing over the top, but just the basics. So if you want more advice, if you want a program to follow, go to my website, CoachShawnFitness.com. You can either sign up for the distant coaching or the personal training program, which comes equipped with a meal and the fitness guide on me. Or if you just hardcore like that and you discipline like that and you don't need nobody to be over your shoulder, then, you know, just purchase the meal and the fitness guide by itself. So you got options, man. You got options. However you want to skin it, I got you. All right? I'm your man, Coach. Woo! Oh, man. Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, man. Hold on. Oh, man. Put my hat back on. For this. Oh, man. Look at that. Woo! Oh, man. Boom! It's pretty. Hit me up. It's your boy, Coach Shawn Fit. Peace. Grease and monkey feet. I'm out. So you know how you got this routine. You wake up in the morning, you brush your teeth, you take a shower, you drink water, whatever it is that you do. I hope you do those 3 things at least. I know I do, but I do that and some. I actually do push-ups. Not 25, not 4 sets of 20. I actually do 100 push-ups consecutively. You say, wow, 100 push-ups? I can't do that. Well, sure you can. I couldn't do that at first. Practice makes perfection. So how you build yourself up to it is you start off and you drop down and you do max. So whatever that max is, you document that. You make a mental note of it or you write it down somewhere. And the next day you say, you know what? I'm going to get at least 1 or 2 over that. And you blow your mind because you end up getting 5. You say, holy crap, I did 20 yesterday. Now today I could do 25. Shoot, man, tomorrow I'm going to do 27 or 30. And you just keep doing that. And before long, you got yourself 100 push-ups. And a nice chest, by the way.